Hello, my friends. For today's beer review, we're going to be taking a look at Avery Brewing Company's The Reverend, a Belgian-styled quadruple ale. So we've got yet another brew from Avery Brewing Company today, and I'm very excited because once again this should be a real treat. This is Avery Brewing Company's The Reverend, and it is a quadruple ale. This beer comes in at a staggeringly monstrous 10% alcohol by volume. Sometimes I call these things monstrous and staggering, and I don't think, sometimes you realize just how much alcohol that really is. I mean, this is obviously a large bottle of beer, and this is 10% alcohol by volume. Whiskey, like standard whiskey such as Jack Daniels and the like, is 40% alcohol by volume. So you could pour this out, condense this down into a fourth of this bottle, and just imagine that as straight whiskey, in a sense, sort of. That's a lot of alcohol. That being said, if you drink this whole bottle, you're tipsy, you might be drunk, I don't know. But you're definitely going to be feeling it, so pace yourself with this one. The description on this bottle says, "Created by God, feared by Satan, loved by all, Reverend Luther Tucker. The Reverend is a divinely complex and beautifully layered creation with hints of dark cherries, currants, and molasses, complemented by an underlying spiciness and a sinfully smooth 10% alcohol by volume. Brewed with Rocky Mountain water, malted barley, imported Belgian specialty malted barley, dark Belgian candy sugar, hops, and Belgian yeast." That sounds delicious. I cannot wait to try this beer. I'm going to be drinking this today out of my Chimay glass here. This is what they put a lot of Belgian-style beers into. And I figure, if you got the glassware, why not use it, right? So, I've been letting this sit for a minute. It's still probably a little bit cold to be drinking a Belgian at, because those you need to let warm up a bit. But we're going to go ahead and open it up and see how it is. You got to take these caps off carefully so you don't let any kind of foil bits, because they're foil coated, obviously, fall down into your beer. Alright, straight out of the bottle it pours. A nice kind of copper caramel color. I'm going to see if I can get some head on this. Very nice. Enough left for another glass, obviously, in your big 22-ounce bomber bottle. Not too terribly much head potential on that. Poured about a third of a finger of just slightly off-white head. There are not that many bubbles streaming up to the top, but I can tell you I see a whole bunch of little nuggets and little pieces of yeast and the like floating around in the beer, which means this is unfiltered, and that means it's going to be tasty. Up into the light, it is indeed a very dark, kind of like a blood orange, honeyish, gold and mahogany brown sort of color, as you can see. Looks really nice in the glass. And the head has already dissipated down completely. So let's give it a smell. Very good. This has definitely got the black cherries and the currants in there. Hops, lots of hops. A slight touch of like Doppelbock smokiness. Some almost grape wine sort of notes. A little bit of alcohol. And some dark fruits like plums or raisins. Smells really good. I can tell just by the smell alone that it is shut down a little bit from how cold this is. And I'm probably going to let this one warm up. But let's go ahead and give it a taste now and see what it's all about. Wow. That is so powerful. That is so strong and rich. Even being so chilled, it's so strong. Strong, dark black alcoholic cherry up front. Some kind of bitter, slightly bitter grape winey notes up front as well. Very light touches of caramel. Not actually, this is extremely drinkable. I don't taste any alcohol in it at all. That's scary because it's 10% alcohol. That is ridiculously good. I'd be willing to bet that this is probably one of the best. I would say this is the second best Belgian quad that I've ever had. So to date, at least, it's absolutely incredible. Still, I want to let this warm up. I can't imagine it getting even better than this, but I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and let it warm up and see if somehow it even improves upon it, but it's looking pretty good so far, guys. Anyway, we'll be right back. Alright, so we've been letting this beer warm up for about 15 or so minutes now, and I would say it's more slightly chilled than cold and straight out of the fridge. That being said, let's give it another smell. Very comparable notes of aroma, but I would say that some more grape wine sort of notes have opened up in the aroma. That's about all that's changed, though, with letting it warm as far as smell goes, but let's give it another taste. It's my favorite part, after all. The tastes are very comparable, and that's not to say this is a bad thing at all. It's very comparable to when I had it more slightly chilled than this. I would say the only difference is everything's become warmer, and by that what I mean is the alcohol has increased just a hair, so all those flavors are just a little bit more warm. And you know what's strange? I think I would actually prefer this one a little bit colder. I think it tasted slightly better when it was a little more chilled. Just my personal opinion, though. That's just what they are, as opinions. Everybody's got one, right? Anyway, as far as the rating goes, it's a 10-star quad. 5 out of 5. A+. Really tasty. If you're a fan of Belgian-style beers in general, or especially like Belgian quads, you need to go pick up a bottle of Avery Brewing Company's The Reverend. It is fantastic. This is probably the second best quad that I have had in my life, and I've had a lot of Belgian beers, so it's a good one. I'm glad I picked up 2 of these. I picked up another one to put back in the cellar and let it age to see what it would do, and I'm really glad I did that now because I'm going to want this again someday. But anyway, that has been Avery Brewing The Reverend Belgian Quad. Hope you guys enjoyed the review as always, and stay tuned for the next one.